close, but he wasn't really to blame. He didn't gain any advantage in doing so. So we can assume that he's going to be okay. Martin Fourcade on the right-hand side of your screen. Now he's making a little move because he wants to control the pace into the first shoot, and that was a bit ambitious. Thierry Beau holding his line, as he should do, and just a dirty little look over his left shoulder to tell Martin Fourcade to behave himself. And it takes a big man to do that.
Yeah, he just stepped on his pole there, and then you step on someone's pole, then they literally, their arms stop still, so that's why it just caught him off guard, and he looked round to say, come on, what are you doing?
And now Fourcade is going to go again, and he obviously wants to control the pace into the range. He will be shooting in lane number 1. That's quite a lot of effort he's put into into his obvious game plan, which is to lead in. Well,
it's interesting because his game plan, this is a 15-kilometre race. Now, they're skiing like it's a relay. They're skiing rapid from the first loop. So you see the tactics can change completely. Even though they're going slightly longer than the sprint distance, they're skiing even faster.
Fourcade here, I'm absolutely convinced that he says the run into the range that they're on at the moment is long enough for him to bring his pulse down to shooting level. He might as well then attack the top of the hill, because if he can gain 3 seconds, he then gets 3 seconds extra to prepare for that first shot that is so crucial. And he said he was going to shoot a little bit quicker with the first shot this year. It's not happened.
The battle of the biathlon titans.
Yeah, what a shame Svensson isn't in action. If you're a big fan of Svensson's, and I know there are a few of you out there, he's had a sore throat since Thursday and advised not to race. First target crucial. Well, once again, Fourcade's tactics, that fighting approach to the range, has cost him. Thierry Beau is going okay. Is that one mistake for Fourcade? The screens, the caption's just a little bit behind real time. Jakob Fack gets a mistake. Lindstrom taking his time, and down it goes. And in fact, the caption's very, very slow at the moment. Thierry Beau comes out with a clean shoot. So does number 7. That, of course, is Simon Eder of Austria. He's not had a bad week here, 11th and 6th. He'd love to get himself on the podium. Just wondering whether he's got the ski form to do that. Bailly goes out, or Bailey, I should say, for USA in 8th position. Ahead of Macaviev, Lindstrom 10. Lucas Hoffer, the most exciting of the Italian biathletes, down in 11th place. Ahead of the youngster coming up in the Russian ranks, Loginov. And way at the back of that group is Martin Fourcade, having paid the price for a miss. Now he is on the chase, and the pressure is on. Looking, of course, for his 2nd win here this weekend and his 3rd podium finish. Well, welcome back to Oslo. The first shoot has been completed, and we still have, Mark, how many in this leading group still in contention?
Well, at the moment, there's so much good shooting in the first visit to the range. You've got a half of the field now that are just skiing together. So the race hasn't really started when it comes to anyone breaking away. I think the next visit to the shooting range will really start to give us a better indication on who's going to start taking an early lead. But you see, Fourcade, he comes back up again. 18 men went clear, and Fourcade, who missed once, is already onto the back of the field. This is Simon Fourcade wearing 27, just going past Jakob Fack, who's patiently clawing his way back. Jakob Fack with 1 miss. Those who missed 2 and effectively making life very hard for themselves. Bernbacher, Landertinger, Florian Graf from Germany, Rasteguyevs from Latvia. But that's not the end of the bad news for the Germans, because Simon Schempp has missed 3 on that first shoot, and he's already over 1.25 minutes off the pace of the lead, and will be very, very fortunate if he gets back into this one. I wonder whether Martin Fourcade maybe, some would say, a little bit too cocky. I think you would agree that tactic of attacking the range is something that he will have practiced. He won't just have done it because he felt like it. Yeah, this has been tried and practiced many times, and also from each course you've got to look at the situation of how the hills lay. So this would have been tried and tried many times. He wouldn't just do this off the cuff.
Now in Britain we have Sports Personality in the year of the year. Out in Norway they have other awards, and I know the Holmenkollen medal is just about the highest accolade that you can get, certainly in the world of cross-country skiing and biathlon.
Yeah, we found out today that Tore Berg has been awarded this medal, and alongside with Martin Fourcade. And for Tore Berger's efforts as a great development towards women in biathlon and her efforts in the ski tracks.
And how sort of generous that they should award the men's to Martin Fourcade, who's obviously made such an impression on the biathlon.
Yeah, it looks like the Norwegians really like him, and he's got such a good track record, so congratulations to Martin.
Yeah, it's not the only prize he's going to be picking up this season. He's, of course, got his eye on the overall World Cup, which I think it's not in the bag quite yet, but he's 207 points clear of Emil Hegler Svensson, who isn't racing today. So if Fourcade wins today, he'll be 267 points ahead, with only 5 races left to do this season, 60 points for each one. So there are only 300 points left to get, and Svensson will not catch him.
Just an interesting fact here on the first shooting time. Simon Eider, he shot 20 seconds, 0, no penalties, and he's left-handed, so he had moved around. So it's really a good indication of how quick these athletes are in and out of the range.
Yeah, well, we've got a couple of emails in suggesting that Terje Boe was shooting without breathing in between the shots. Now, that would be extraordinary. We get a chance. If he's in the lead, he'll be in lane 1, and then we'll definitely get a chance to see what the breathing pattern is. That was in the standing position. I think it's unlikely.
Personally, I think that they're coming at such a heart rate, and they need so much oxygen when they're lying down to recover that. I think it is possible, but it's not normal.
Well, it's turning into a fantastic race, and nice to see the Czech Republic out front. Ondřej Moravec, of course, got a 4th position in this event down in the World Championships. Just a few seconds outside getting on the podium. That would have been the perfect finish to the World Championships, having had the perfect start with an unbelievable mixed relay. Norway and France going hammer and tongs to claim the gold and silver, but the Czech Republic, the host nation, coming through to claim the bronze in that race. That really got the crowds going, and as a result we had 30,000 fans in the stadium every single day throughout the World Championships. That is something that's seldom achieved.
Yeah, these superstars in the Biathlon World Cup, they have many followers, and the support crowds and the fan clubs, they will travel from one venue to the next just to see their favourite athletes.
So Moravec is 10 on the left of your picture. Tim Burke wearing number 9. He's had a good start, Tim Burke, and I hope he can keep the shooting going. Generally, he stays with it till the halfway stage, and if he's got a weakness, it's been the last couple of standing shoots. Hopefully today he can clear the targets. Well, we've still got some, 15, 16?
19 athletes in the one pack coming into the range.
19 athletes. Now, one of the Frenchmen has dropped off the back of that group, just waiting to see where Fourcade is. Now, remember, he was some 25 seconds behind. Moravec looks as though he's enjoying this one. He's got the pleasure of going into lane 1. In the prone, perhaps doesn't make so much difference, although you do have to be very, very aware of what the wind conditions. With a slight breeze from right to left, there'll be a rotor playing a game in lane 1, so Moravec perhaps has a slightly harder job. Bjorndalen misses his first target of the day. Lindstrom going well with 2. We've got Mesetic on 2 as well. Still Lindstrom is clear. Terje Boe further down the range, 4 out of 4 so far, and down goes target number 5. Makaviev is clear as well. Logging off, taking his time. Moravec clears 5, takes a long, long time. Martin Fourcade, no mistake this time, and he's back in the running.
And Lindstrom there, shot 0 again, so it's a great start for Sweden.
Inspired perhaps by Olsen's performance down in Val di Fiemme. There he is with the blue headband on. Martin Fourcade has got back in touch with that leading group. There you can see him 8 seconds behind Simon Eider, Terje Boe and Eric Lesser, the leading 3 at the moment, and the top 9 all going clear. Well, we have 10 in contention at the moment. And just looking at the time gaps further back, we've got some 13 seconds between position 10 and 11. That's between Martin Fourcade and Alexei Volkov. Oliana Bjorndalen is 21 behind the leaders. Not out of it, but he's made life difficult. Loginov missing his first shot. In fact, Loginov's gone clear, but is still 22 seconds behind, so maybe finding the work of the previous days just a little bit tough. Beatrix, Fack, Burke have all missed and find themselves over 24 seconds behind. Drink stop, which on a race of only 15k is slightly unusual, but in these hot conditions, very sensible indeed.
Yeah, it's a wise move. Maybe just that little bit of extra fluid on board, just going to give the body just that extra push.
So Austria have Simon Eder at the front of the field. The Norwegians will be cheering for Terje Bø and hoping that Bjorndalen can get back into the race. Lesser is just about the only German in the top of the order. And don't forget Lowell Bailey having a great run for the Americans, lying in 5th place at the moment.
It's going to be interesting to see how Terje Bø it goes today, because yesterday he said that he was tired from the first loop, and every other loop up that was just a nightmare to get through the race.
Well, he still managed to finish second, and he was only just over 20 seconds off Martin Fourcade's time. He's at the back of the group, Terje Bø. You can see him on the right-hand side. Leading the way still Simon Eder. Number 17, some of you will recognise, is Lukas Hoffer, obviously in the Italian colours, looking very stylish. Morovitz is there, so is Fourcade, and the leading Russian at the moment is Andrei Makiviev, just ahead of Andrei Derizemlier, who's had a really good finish to the season. Here's Bjorndalen, number 14.
Technically a specialist. You see he skis so smooth, makes it look easy.
39 years old, and he wants to do another 3 seasons, finish his career at the age of 42. I think if he wins medals in the World Championships due to be held here in Oslo in 2016, that would be a fitting end to his career. I do hope he'd give up then. Surely his body needs a rest.
Well, if he doesn't give up, then I think they're going to lock him away somewhere.
Well, they had to do the same with Halvard Hannevold. At the end of every season, the Norwegians were putting him up for offer. But he hung around for a good while and proved that at 40 you can still earn your place in the team, win medals in relays, and particularly in individual races where the shooting is so important.
Yeah, I mean, Halvard Hannevold, he was such a strong anchor man, always reliable in the relays and really lifted the team up when they needed it. A bit of an uneasy ski there. It looks like he skied on top of someone else's, and then Neston nearly lost it onto the side.
So a good mix of nationalities in that front group. The Germans have got Eric Lesser, the yellow-legged, the dark suit with the yellow legs, and Lesser's had an up and down season. He